Hey, I'm at a petrol filling station, so why am I here? Well, I'm here, because one of the critical issues that we need to think about when we're doing a financial analysis for a corporate is we need to think about the qualitative risks that, companies face. So what qualitative risks are there that are related to petrol filling stations? Well, first of all, what will happen to petrol filling stations? Or will we just have electronic charging stations in 15 years' time? We need to also think about the impact of energy generally. So we've had massive transformation in the energy sector away from fossil fuels. If we think about specific companies that are operating in the energy industry, an example that comes to mind would be someone like BP, which when they were drilling for oil in the Gulf of Mexico, had this massive environmental disaster that took a company that was considered to be really strong into a position where they were facing enormous pressures because of the potential consequences of the oil field spill. Political risks are obviously a subject that's been very relevant recently with discussions like trade wars and so on. But political risk can affect businesses in slightly different ways. So here I have a red and white scarf. Why has a red and white scarf got anything to do with political risk? Well, that's a scarf for Arsenal Football Club, and for those of you that are following English soccer, one of the major shareholders in Arsenal Football Club was a gentleman by Mr. Usmanov, who've been caught up in some of the ongoing discussions, about Russian involvement in politics and so on. And recently, Mr. Usmanov has agreed to sell his shares in Arsenal Football Club. So we can see that there are items where political risk is affecting businesses in negative ways and sometimes unexpected ways. So when we are going to go into the detail of the qualitative risk assessment in there, we can see how, whether it's political risk, regulatory risk, or business risks, how this whole area of qualitative risk assessment needs to be examined in more detail.